But if you don't have the right attitude, the rest doesn't matter. A great attitude is key to getting ahead at work and in life. You probably figured out by now that the real world is different from school. Once you have a job and you're in the door, the world doesn't care what grade you got in the last semester of coding class or if you know a specific formula to calculate compound interest, for example, especially as you can Google most of those things today. People look to see what you can bring to the table. They want to know if you'll make the team more or less productive, if you'll collaborate well with colleagues, if you'll be engaged, and if you'll help solve problems. Even if you had a great education, it probably didn't teach you about these invisible things. They're not easy to pinpoint or grade, but they are what people notice. They're the undercurrents you feel at the office. If you want to get ahead at work and in life, you need to pay attention to the invisible things. And from what I've learned throughout my career, they all fall under the category of attitude. Attitude accelerates careers. I started my career as a junior auditor, going into banks where I thought I would be just one amongst many. I thought I was, and hopefully still am, quite intelligent, but so were all my colleagues, and some were even technically better than me when it came to those hard skills. A few early career lessons, which I'll share throughout this book, taught me the value of a great attitude, and I leaned into that hard. Quickly, I was offered opportunities that took me across continents, companies, groups, and experiences. Today, I'm an executive director at a bank that is part of the largest banking group in Africa. I have 4 major areas of the bank and more than 200 people reporting to me. With my colleagues' help, I get to positively impact the finance industry in our country and throughout the continent. Every day, I have the opportunity to do work bigger than myself. And that means everything. My attitude got me here, and that's why I want to share this message with you. Perhaps you think being a bank's executive director sounds boring. Whatever your aspirations are, though, the right attitude can get you there. You can actively improve your life. Maybe you know your attitude is a problem at work. You show up and do your job, but it feels like things aren't clicking. Something's off. You might even be in a negative spiral, productively or psychologically, stuck thinking you're just not good enough, you'll never get ahead, and the world is unfair. Perhaps you feel pretty good about your attitude, but you know there's always room for improvement, and you're curious about what you can tweak to do better. Or maybe you have never even thought about your attitude and the impact it can have on how you feel at work, in your relationships with others, and your potential success. Whatever your current position, you have the opportunity to take action at work and in life. You don't have to just accept your lot. You can actively improve your situation because it all comes down to attitude, and your attitude is not set in stone. Even better, you don't need 1,000,000 training courses or a year-long MBA to adjust it. You can improve your attitude one pep talk and one step at a time. I promise it won't be that hard. So, how do we tackle this? It's nice to say, have a good attitude. But what does that actually mean, and how do we achieve it? That is what this book answers. It's not a prescriptive, step-by-step guide, and it's definitely not a research paper, but I wrote this book to tackle these questions with you. I hope reading it will feel like being in conversation with a mentor. We don't have the opportunity to sit down face to face, but this is what I'd share if you came to my office asking for advice. In these pages, you'll find a collection of my experiences, thoughts, and views on what's worked for me and what I believe will work for you. It's a pep talk in all the things they don't teach at school, but I really wish they would. I hope you'll allow me to be your mentor in this way, because I truly believe this can help you create incredible life and career success.